Welcome to the deep dive. We cut through the noise to bring you, well, focused insights. Today, we're jumping into something that's really shaking up the auto world: the electric vehicle revolution. We're using Car and Driver's big look at future cars and trucks as our guide, our mission. Unpack the key trends, maybe some surprises, and definitely the vehicles defining where things are headed. And it's not just about swapping gas tanks for batteries, right? It feels like a fundamental shift in how we even think about getting around.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
This isn't just slow progress anymore. It really does feel like a revolution. And it's happening because, well, a bunch of things are hitting all at once. You got massive tech leaps, people actually wanting these cars now, and yeah, government rules pushing things along too, emission standard, fuel economy. It's interesting, those regulations are kind of forcing innovation, pushing car makers to build EVs that aren't just compliant, but actually better, more desirable. So today it's about the what, but also the why it matters for you.
Okay, revolution feels right then. So let's tackle that first big question. Why now? What's really kicking this into high gear? Because it does feel like it went from 0 to 60 pretty fast.
Uh-huh. The timing is key. The source points to a few big drivers. First, just the sheer amount of money being poured in by automakers. Billions. They're not just dipping their toes in anymore. They're all in. Second, like I said, people are getting way more interested. They're seeing the tech improve, range getting better, charging.
Yeah.
It's becoming more practical, you know. And third, maybe the biggest piece is the tech itself. Batteries are getting cheaper, range is going up, charging is getting faster. It's like a snowball effect, really pushing things forward.
That makes sense, especially the investment part. You don't commit billions lightly. Now, speaking of what's happening, Car and Driver really focuses on electric trucks, especially for the US. Why trucks? Why is that segment so critical here?
Right? Well, trucks in America, they're huge,
Yeah.
literally and culturally.
Yeah.
They're work tools, family haulers, symbols capability. So, electrifying trucks, that's a massive deal. It tackles the big concerns people had about EVs head on. Can it tow? Does it have the range I need? Is it tough enough? When you make an electric truck that can do serious work, suddenly EVs look viable to a whole new group of people. It proves they're not just, city runabouts.
And the trucks coming out are seriously impressive. Let's talk specifics, because they really are changing the game. The Ford F-150 Lightning, it's already out there making waves. What's the standout thing about it for truck buyers?
The Lightning is definitely a big one, aiming at both work crews and regular folks. The range, up to 320 miles, and the 10,000 pounds towing are solid. But the real game changer, that ProPower onboard system. I mean, turning your truck into a giant mobile generator, that's huge. Powering your house during an outage, running a whole job site, it's like stops being just a truck and becomes this essential power tool. That's different.
Wow, yeah, more than just transport. That's utility on a whole new level.
And then there's the Chevy Silverado EV aiming for even more range, right?
Exactly. Chevy's targeting around 450 miles for the Silverado EV. That's
Yeah.
a lot for a big truck. It also matches the Ford on towing, 10,000 pounds. And it has onboard power, too, up to 10.2 kilowatts. Again, think power tools, campsites, home backup. They're also doing different versions of a basic work truck and the higher-end RST. So, options.
Options seem key.
Mhm.
And the Ram 1500 REV is taking that idea even further with battery choices. How does that play out?
Ram's really leaning into choice and, frankly, massive capability. You can get a 168 kilowatt-hour battery for about 350 miles of range. Pretty good. Or you can go for this enormous 229 kilowatt-hour option that's aiming for an estimated 500 miles of range. 500. That basically kills range anxiety for almost anyone. Plus, they're talking up to 14,000 pounds of towing. So yeah, they're aiming for the heavy-duty user, the long-haul traveler.
Okay, we have to talk about the Tesla Cybertruck.
Mm-hmm.
The look alone. Well, people certainly talk about it. What's under that stainless steel skin that's different? Yeah, the design is definitely unique. Stainless steel exoskeleton, very angular. But performance-wise, they're claiming wild numbers for the top tri-motor version, like 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, which is just bonkers for a truck.
Yeah.
And they're packing in tech like adaptive air suspension, rear-wheel steering to make it handle better in tight spots. It's pushing boundaries, blending performance with that utility focus.
So we've got these big players reimagining the mainstream truck and Tesla pushing the design envelope. What about the ones already carving out niches, like the Rivian R1T and the GMC Hummer EV pickup? How do they fit in?
Good point. They show the breadth of what electric can do for trucks. The Rivian R1T, it's been out showing off its quad motor setup, great off-road ability, decent 328-mile range. It proved an electric truck could be an adventure vehicle. And the Hummer EV pickup, crab walk, driving diagonally. That just shows the kind of crazy maneuverability electric motors allow, even something huge. Plus, it's got massive power, 1,000 horsepower, and up to 355 miles range. So you've got luxury extreme off-roading.
Mm.
It's not just about work anymore. The electric truck market is already surprisingly diverse.
It really is. Okay, so trucks are clearly a huge part of this, but the EV revolution isn't just trucks. It's hitting everything. SUVs, sedans. What else is coming that shows this broader shift?
Absolutely. It's spreading everywhere. Luxury, performance cars, family haulers, you name it. There's likely an EV version coming or already here,
Hmm.
which, raises a big question for you as a buyer. With all these choices, how does it change how you even pick a vehicle now that there are compelling EVs for almost any need?
That's a really good point. So let's look at some examples. The Rivian R1S is the SUV version of the R1T, right?
Exactly. The R1S takes that R1T platform, the range, the off-road capability, the design, and puts it in an SUV body. So it's the same adventure focus, just more room for people and gear inside. About 321 miles of range on that one.
And if you want pure luxury, Cadillac's electrifying its icon with the Escalade IQ.
Yep, the Escalade IQ. Think full-size, super luxurious electric SUV. It's Cadillac planting a flag, saying even their most traditional high-end vehicles are going electric. It's about blending that classic prestige with the latest tech.
Even the Mercedes G-Wagon, the EQG, taking such a rugged icon electric seems like a huge statement.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
The EQG shows that electrification isn't just for pavement pounders. They're even giving it a G-turn feature. It can spin itself around in place. Imagine that off-road. It's showing how electric power unlocks totally new abilities.
And Porsche isn't sitting back either, electrifying a really popular model.
That's the Porsche Macan EV. The next version of their best-selling SUV is going all-electric. So they're aiming to deliver that Porsche driving feel, that sportiness, but with an electric powertrain. Big move for them.
And BMW, for the sedan lovers.
BMW is right there with the i5 and i7. These are electric versions of their core luxury sedans. They're bringing that BMW driving dynamic, the fancy interiors, all the tech into the EV world. It's about offering that familiar experience, just electric.
Okay, shifting gears slightly styling, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6 have really turned heads with their looks.
Oh, definitely. The Ioniq 5 has that cool, retro, futuristic vibe, while the Ioniq 6 is super sleek and aerodynamic. They show how distinctive design, plus good range and fast charging, can really appeal to a wide audience. It proves EVs don't all have to look the same.
And for bigger families, the Kia EV9 seems like a major new entry.
Yeah, the Kia EV9 is a big one. A proper three-row SUV looks very futuristic, but it's designed with families in mind space, flexible seating, practicality. It's proof that EVs are now delivering real, usable options for larger households.
Wow, that's quite a list. Trucks, luxury SUVs, performance cars, family vehicles. So looking across all these different EVs from the article, what are the big themes, the common threads that really stand out?
What's striking is how quickly some things are becoming, well, normal. Longer range, hitting 300 miles or more is becoming pretty standard. That old range anxiety, it's fading for a lot of people. There's also a huge focus everywhere on faster charging, getting hundreds of miles back in just, say, 20 or 30 minutes. That's critical. And then there's just loads of tech being baked in, fancy suspensions, clever steering, those power outlets we talked about. Plus, performance. Even regular EVs tend to feel quick off the line. It's just an inherent benefit.
That's a key takeaway. It feels like they're ticking off all the old boxes, the reasons people might have hesitated. So for our listeners, maybe someone who's been watching and waiting, what does all this variety, all these capabilities actually mean for them when they think about their next car?
It means the game has totally changed. You, the buyer, just have so many more real choices now. Those old limitations, maybe range wasn't enough, or you needed serious towing, or charging seemed too slow. Those are being addressed, and fast. EVs aren't just the green choice anymore. In many cases, they're arguably the better choice in terms of performance, features, even utility now. It opens up totally new ways to think about what you need and want from a vehicle. It's empowering, really. More options, more capability.
It really is incredible how fast it's all moving. This deep dive definitely highlighted some aha moments for me, just how diverse the EV market is becoming, way beyond small cars. And the huge role electric trucks are playing. Plus, those leaps in range and performance are just standard now.
Exactly. It's way more than just swapping out the engine. It's changing how vehicles are designed, what they can do, and what we expect from them. It's a fundamental rethink.
So that leads us to our final thought, something for you to chew on after we wrap up. With all this innovation happening so quickly and this incredible variety of EVs coming online, how might your actual daily life, your commute, road trips, maybe even powering your home, how might all that fundamentally change in the next 10 years because of this electric revolution? And what new opportunities might pop up that we haven't even considered yet?